Hey everyone, welcome back to Software Tech. We are going to configure AWS credential in our system. So whenever you are using command line or you want to use command line to manage AWS console and their asset, then you can use the AWS configure command to configure that. Now how to create that? So in the last video, we saw how to install Python and how to install Visual Studio Code for our code editor. Now in this video, we are going to see how we can configure the AWS command line credential. So we can use any command and we can use Python scripts or any script with your computer to communicate directly on AWS console. And you don't have to log into console every time. You just perform some command and based on your needs, and then it will directly give you the result. Now today in this video, we are going to create a IAM user. We are going to create a access key and then we are going to configure that access key to our PowerShell. Now how to do that? So first I'll go to IAM console, click on the user, and here I'm going to create new user. As this lecture series is only about the Python, I'll create a new user with name Python. And I'm not going to provide AWS console access because I want this account to be only used for the command line access. Now here attach the policy directly. As this is a testing phase, I'm giving administrator access, but based on your requirement, you can give the access or you can assign the access based on your company policy. Here you can create a policy also be using the JSON file. I'll click on next and then create user. Now you can see here the user is created. I'll open that user and create an access key. So I'll click on the security credential, scroll down, and you can see here access key count 0, right? So you can have maximum 2 access key at the same time. So this is our first time. I'll click on the create access key and I'll select the use case as command line interface. Then I provide the confirmation, click on the next. Now here description tag value, I'll say Python script. And then I'll click on the create access key. You can see here the access key has been generated. There will be a access key and there will be a secret key generated. Both keys required whenever you want to, on any computer, you want to configure this key to access the AWS console directly. I'll click on the download CSV file and click on the done button. Now let me open that file and you can see the access key and the secret key is there in our Excel file. Now I'll open the PowerShell window and here I'll give the command AWS configure. Once I hit enter, it will ask me for the AWS access. I'll go ahead and copy this key. Then it is asking me secret key, which is the second one. Now it is asking me default region. Currently in my AWS config, I have AP South 1 as the default region, but you can change that later. And I'll show you where to configure this, the default region. For me, it is AP South 1 and I just want to keep it same. Default output format, nothing. And then it is configured. Okay. Now we have configured this access key to use this console on our computer. Now where this access key is being saved, right? So you need to know the path. So in my user profile or in your user profile, you can go and check in the same path. You just have to type the dir command. You can also go via file explorer, no problem at that. And you will see the folder called .aws. Okay, so I'll go there, cd.aws. Okay, I'll hit the dir button and you can see here, there is a config file and the credential file. Okay, so I'll open the credential file first to just let you know whatever the access key and the secret access key we provided during the AWS configure, it will be stored here. I'll say cat credential and hit enter. And you can match the access ID and the secret access key with this one, right? It is the same one. And regarding the config, let me show you that too. you can see here default region is called as AP-South1. So whenever you are configuring AWS configure button and you are giving the default region, this value will change automatically. So again, I'll configure that to just give you the example. Okay, it is asking me the access key, copy, then, and here US East 1. Okay, output none. That's it. Now let me again view the config file, cat config, and you can see here now the default value has been changed to US East 1. Okay, so generally whenever you are configuring AWS command line access, you have to give the default region. So whenever you are performing the command, it will target that region first, okay, rather than targeting all the region. And based on your script and the region that you have specified in the script, it will do that job also, but it needs a default region at the beginning. So let me again and let me tell you that how to delete this. Okay, so as I said, you have this credential and the config file, right? So if you want to delete the credential from your computer, right after the work, you can go ahead and give this command del credential. Okay, now the credential has been deleted and you cannot configure that. Like you cannot use the AWS command on this command prompt or on this computer. Okay, so let me show you the example also on the same. Okay, now since we have deleted the credential, right, my computer should not be able to communicate to the AWS console, right? Now I let me see like what is my default region here. It should be AP Southeast, right? Okay, US East 1. Let me see how it is reacting because my servers are in AP Southeast. Okay, and let me give the command. Okay, unable to locate the credential, you can configure the credential by running AWS configure. See, currently I'm not able to perform any command on my PowerShell which can fetch the data from the AWS console. So how to do that, right? Again, we have to give the AWS configure command and configure the credential. AWS configure. Okay, access ID, I'll give the same. Then I'll give the access key. And this time I am giving this region as the default. Okay, fine. And this time I'm giving the same, very easy to describe. Okay, let me see if this work at this time. Okay, perfect. So you can see here, now the describe instance command is working without any issue, right? So this is how you can configure the access key and access key for any particular account to use AWS console with the command line. If you have any doubt, you can put into the comment box. I'll try to answer that. Thank you for watching the video.